and welcome back to the Cardinal Chirp. I am here today with Paige Vandyke, who is my sister, and she is also serving as this year's Miss Illinois County Fair Queen. So I have some questions to ask her, but before we jump in to the questions that I have, do you just want to tell the crowd a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I graduated from North Clay in 2020. I went to Lakeland College for 2 years where I was in the ag transfer program and was on the livestock judging team. And now I'm currently at Oklahoma State University, go Pokes, majoring in agricultural communications with a minor in special education. I'll graduate this spring and then go out into the real world, as they say, with an internship in Kansas City, Missouri with the American Shorthorn Association.
Yeah, so she's got a lot of plans for her future as she sums up her Miss Illinois County Fair Queen career this next weekend. Do you kind of want to tell them a little bit about the dates, when you can come to that pageant, and kind of what you do, what the process is like?
Yes, so I'll actually leave on the 10th of next week, which is Wednesday, and then that is also on the 11th. All the contestants will start to get there, and then the prelims are that Saturday, the 13th, and then the finals will be on Sunday, January 14th.
Yeah, so last year was obviously the year that you ran, and I was up there, and like our whole entire family was. What was your favorite part about running in the pageant? Like, what did you most enjoy? I think I know the answer to this, but we'll see.
The interview.
Yep, I knew it. She's always been an interview girl. I mean,
I love interviews. Interviews and the speech.
Yeah, which I feel like that's kind of like the thing when we've been in pageants. Like, we've always liked interviews and just like getting to know the judges, because it's like people you've never met.
As Grandma would always tell us, we're Vandykes. We're gonna talk and we're gonna use our hands. So
yeah, we do use our hands when we talk. So like memorizing those hand motions for
yeah,
speeches.
I never had specific ones. I just kind of did whatever.
Yeah, that happens. So kind of going back to your time here at North Clay, this year is our 75th annual year of North Clay. What was like your favorite thing about being at North Clay, and what did you do like with your technology classes? Because I know like you took classes kind of like the ones that I took, because we still had like the same ones, because you graduated as a senior as I came in as a freshman. So kind of what was your favorite?
Yeah, so everyone that knows me knows that FFA and agriculture is my passion. So the FFA program, of course, and having Mom as our advisor was pretty special. And then also just spending time in this classroom with the information to technology classes 1 and 2, those really prepared me the most for college of the majority of my classes, because as a communications major, I'm using a lot of Photoshop, a lot of Adobe Premiere software, and so then also kind of like how you started this podcast with your class, my senior year I created the Clay County Ag Report, which aired on Wabash. And I went out and did interviews, and then I brought that back, edited it, and then put it on Wabash Cable. And so that really helped me as well. So those were some of my highlights and what I got to do. So it's kind of cool to, whenever you told me that you were doing the podcast, so it's kind of like, oh, just a whirlwind of things. And those classes really prepared me a lot for what I want to do and how to implement in Oklahoma.
Yeah, like I know we talked about like different programs like we use here that I'm still using, and like if I have a question, like I've asked you about it and you've used those programs. So like it really has helped learning all of that stuff. And I feel like, I mean, I don't know if I want to go into communications or what I really want to do, but definitely that will help with whatever technology side of things I choose to do in the future. So do you have any questions for me that you would like to ask?
Oh boy, I wasn't ready for this one. Who's your favorite sibling?
Who's my favorite sibling?
Yep.
You can't just say that.
It's okay, we know it's
I love
Rose.
you both. That's my dog. That's not my sibling. That's my dog. I do love her. She's cute.
What's been your favorite thing about the podcast?
I would say my favorite thing is just like all the new things we've gotten to do, like learning how to set up for the podcast, learning how long it takes to edit, and to get that uploaded. Like, I didn't know a lot of that behind the scenes kind of thing. You really only see the part that's the video that you guys are watching right now. And so it's a lot that goes in behind the scenes in order to get all of that stuff out there. And just like promoting it and stuff, like having like TikTok videos and posts, and like there's just a lot of things that go into having a successful podcast, I feel like. And like I've talked about before on here, like I'm planning on starting my own podcast, and so a lot of the information I have learned here will definitely help me, and it is helping me right now in my planning process of doing that eventually on my own. So I think overall it's just been a really good experience, and it's just something fun, like in the morning to get to come in here to plan for upcoming podcasts and to just hang out with a group of kids that, you know, have the same passion and want to make podcasts. So it's pretty cool.
And then another question, since we're talking about the pageant, do you want to run one day?
Well, it's always been a dream of mine to run for the Miss Illinois State Pageant. I have gone every year since 2012 when I was the first ever Little Miss Clay County Fair Queen. So it's definitely always been a dream of mine, and I still think it's like so weird to think like my sister's Miss Illinois, because like, I don't know, I just remember
this is something we dreamed about.
Yeah, when we were really little, like.
No, in 2012 when the bug got in her ear.
The bug got in my ear.
The bug got in her ear when we were at State Pageant.
The bug.
It's a metaphor.
I'm bad at metaphors.
Like, meaning like whenever we saw it.
Yeah.
And it instilled that dream.
Yeah, like it really. I get told all the time I'm gullible because I don't understand jokes.
And you literally thought I meant a bug.
Like, I thought you were meaning like someone told us to run, like a bug, like someone was saying. I don't know. I didn't get that, but I get what you're saying now. But yeah, like after seeing it, and it was kind of just like, I want to do that. Like, I want to be up on that stage. And just going every year and just watching, like, last year was crazy because, like, we came up early and we were there for the whole pageant. And, like,
I got my makeup.
Yeah, I got to do her makeup. And just, I got to see all the behind-the-scenes things. And, like, it's not the same as watching the pageant. And it's a lot of hard work. Like, those girls make it look easy, but it is not easy. Like, nothing about running in a pageant is easy. So don't ever let anyone tell you that. But it was just really
No, but it's rewarding.
Yes, very rewarding.
From scholarships to communications to the people you
networking. Mhm. Yeah, we had, like, that was another thing I wanted to ask you. Like, I know, like, we went to the state fair, both of the state fairs. You got to ride in parades, you got to visit many county fairs and crown many different county fair queens. Like, what was the coolest thing you got to do over the summer, which is whenever the main part of your reign and the things that you get to do is, like, what was kind of like the really cool things that, like, you don't get to do every day? What was that?
This is a question I get asked a lot, just from everyone. And there's been a lot of cool experiences that I've got to have through this title and this position. And so this summer I traveled to 20 different counties in the state of Illinois, representing Illinois agriculture and the livestock industry. And it was very eye-opening to just see how different counties do things differently or similarly to ours. And so I got to do a lot of different things. But I would have to say some of the really cool moments was at my first county fair, Macoupin County, where I got to walk around with one of their community centers for individuals with special needs and disabilities. I got to walk around with them, meet them, and show them around the fair and tell them about cattle, sheep, and pigs, and get to color on this mural with them. And it was just, and that related a lot to what I want to do in the future, so that was really cool. And then at the Illinois State Fair, we've always attended the state fair. I attended the first one when I was 6 months old and hadn't missed one since. Mm-hmm. And so feel like I saw so much of the state fair through my years of being there, but as Miss Illinois, I saw so much more that I didn't know existed, from the tunnels under the grandstand and everything else, and the fair food and the different grand openings, and it was just a really, really neat experience. But you and me have both competed, and so has Parker, in the Master Showmanship contest. And so I was contacted shortly after the pageant to MC the Master Showmanship contest at the State Fair. So that was really, really cool, and probably one of my main highlights at the State Fair, just because Parker, you and me have all competed in it. We've helped people compete in it, and so that was really cool, and also got to be alongside one of my mentors, Rita Frazier, and so that was really awesome. And then also in Marion County, which is like your second home because of Pawpaw, I got to judge their pig show as Miss Illinois County Fair Queen, and so having Pawpaw there to watch me and everything else, it was just such a surreal experience. So I got to do a lot of different things, but kind of my main thing for this year in this role and my title is just being able to represent the agriculture and livestock industry to the best of my ability and share my passion with that with everyone around me. So
yeah, I think it's really neat how you brought in that agriculture aspect of being the agriculture queen, because you're the ambassador for Illinois for that, and I feel like
it is an agriculture scholarship pageant. I mean,
yes,
like I was an intern for the Illinois Department of Agriculture. I got to work hand in hand with the director of ag and the managers there at the Illinois State Fair.
Yeah, and I don't mean this in like a biased way because I'm her sister or like what people have told me, but I have just heard time and time again this year of just what an excellent job you've done with being queen and showing that agriculture aspect of the side of being an ag queen. And I just think that that means a lot, because it's not always, not everyone has that background of being raised on a farm and seeing all of that firsthand and having all of that knowledge. And so I think we've both been very blessed in the sense that, we know firsthand what it's like to be on a farm and to be raised around it and the importance of agriculture and our roots. So I think that that's pretty neat that you had this experience, and I'm excited. The state pageant is next week, so we're going to go up there, and Paige is going to retire, and yeah, it's just going to be
a has-been.
A has-been. Not me.
Yeah, no, you still got a few years.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it's been a pretty cool year just being on the other side of it and just seeing all of the different things, and like State Fair was a blast.
Getting to wear my wardrobe.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many pairs of shoes this girl has, which we don't have the same size foot, but like I'll squeeze my foot into her heels to wear them. They're cute. So.
Well, yeah, but anytime I could be in boots, I was in boots.
Yeah, she wanted to wear boots like the whole time at the state fair, and that was not gonna happen. So she wore quite a bit though.
I gotta wear them a lot.
Yeah.
Anytime I didn't and my feet were hurting, I would just take them off and I'd walk through the barn barefoot.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, as long as you don't step in manure, but.
Honestly, they say that's a good moisturizer, so I don't know.
No, don't say that.
Okay. I'm sorry, I couldn't feel my feet after that week, so.
But yeah, so it's going to be a really fun week coming up this next week. So I can't think of any more questions. Do you have any questions for?
Nope. Thank you for having me here. Thank you, Miss Cox, and thank you to the rest of Cardinal Chirp for having me here. I've enjoyed watching it, and I'm proud of you. Keep it up. And yeah. Go Pokes!
Go Pokes! We'll see you next time on the Cardinal Chirp.